You are the new jump leader. Good luck.
I'm the new jump leader.
Welcome to Battle Royale. The match is about to start. Time for the mission. Get ready. First blood. The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Engage the enemies. Enemy down. Enemies have been here. Backpack here.
Chip terminal.
Enemies have been here.
The safe zone is collapsing.
The airdrop is coming.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Engaging the enemies. Enemy down.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Engaging the enemies. The airdrop is coming.
Airdrop has been delivered. Voidwalker activated. The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
The airdrop is coming.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Engaging the enemies.
Are eliminated. Voidwalker activated.
Enemy is near.
The revived flight will arrive.
Down. The airdrop is coming. Enemy eliminated.
Chip terminal is almost ready. Airdrop has been delivered. The safe zone is collapsing. Voidwalker activated.
Enemy vehicle is nearly done for. The airdrop is coming.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute. Airdrop has been delivered.
I'm down.
Welcome to Blackout, soldier. The match is about to start.
Time for the mission. Get ready. First blood. The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute. Chip terminal is almost ready. The safe zone is collapsing.
Engaging the enemies. The airdrop is coming.
The revived flight will arrive in 1
Enemy spotted!
Airdrop has been delivered.
The airdrop is coming.
Engaging enemies. Enemy down.
Airdrop has been delivered. The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Voidwalker activated.
The airdrop is coming.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Enemies. Enemy down.
Chip terminal is almost ready. The safe zone is collapsing.
Voidwalker activated.
The airdrop is coming.
Skill ship ready for upgrade. Airdrop has been delivered. The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Voidwalker activated.
The airdrop is coming.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Engaging the enemies. Enemy down.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute. Chip terminal is almost ready. The safe zone is collapsing.
The airdrop is coming.
Airdrop has been delivered. The last revived flight will arrive in 1 minute. Down to the last 5 teams.
Voidwalker activated.
Only 2 teams left, getting close to victory. We have a winner.
Нахер мне нужен этот спортик? Ты решил спать, короче, я говорю, ну год выпью концовку и спать пошли. Что говорит? Демоны царство пудово. Ничего, давай на завтра. Пускай завтра проходит. Я как раз завтра надежусь. Ну, что палаши? Почему эту пушку многие недолюбливают? Хуйня, хуйня, какая хуйня? Нормальная пушка.
Time for the mission. Get ready.
Демона. Да он очкушник, я говорю, он очкует, он конкретно очкует.
We can land here.
Это же лимон, он сейчас только отмазывался. Стрелки кидал, давай ты там. И не пошел в итоге. Пиздюк. А все, у нас сутки двое пошло.
First blood. Tags and help them return to the battle. Get the dog tags. Don't give up. You can still return to the battle. Your teammate has been killed. Get the dog tags and help them return to the battle.
Ебать у него рега, ебанутый, блядь.
Keep dancing with the devil, but he doesn't have a back door. Ladies and gentlemen, what's good? We're here at the first ever COD Mobile World Championships. We're here in Raleigh, North Carolina, where we've got 16 teams from all across the globe gathered together for a $1.7 million prize pool. But wait, I'm here in person. I don't need to be on mobile anymore.
Oh my gosh, that feels so much better. We are here. The action is starting right now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the COD Mobile World Championships.
He's able to single-handedly clear everyone off. Watch the gunfight sliding through.
Tectonic just went on like an 8 spree. He's still going.
Shot will land. 1v1. Marvel able to take down Neil.
Timing goes.
Double headshot. To come through, he takes down a second.
Another one getting connected.
Shot will land. 1v1.
This is looking like the end of our grand final.
This is how it happens.
They gotta win ASAP if they want to make it happen right there.
You're champion.
The best of the best.
Hello and welcome outside the shadows of the Appalachian Mountains here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. We're in Raleigh, North Carolina, right outside of North Carolina State University for the Call of Duty Mobile 2022 World Championships. We've had 16 teams qualify through 4 stages of action to represent their region and stake their claim to being the best team in the world. Hi everyone, I'm Daniel Digon Gonzalez and welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina for the COD Mobile 2022 World Championship. I'm not doing it alone. Joining me is the man that kicked it all off. It's Bobby Plays, and the mommy that knows everything that we need to know for Call of Duty Mobile is Beef. Mommy, how you feeling?
I can't stop smiling right now. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for so long, 3 years in the making. These teams have practiced so hard. They put so much on the line. Having everybody gathered together in this same arena, man, you can feel the energy.
Oh, it feels so great. I'm so giddy. And like what you said, it feels so much better to be here on land. And we've had it so long in our list of things to do. Everyone's here in the stadium. Everyone's here at home. If you're not here, it's been absolutely massive. All these teams are representing one another. They're all back there. They're all ready.
Yeah, and all this action happening as what I'd like to call part of CODapalooza. We got CDL coming back here, Raleigh. We've got Challengers, we got Warzone event, and of course, the main event that you all are here for, the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship. But it's been a long journey to get here, 4 stages throughout the year up until this stage number 5. So let's take a look back at how we got here.
Plus the Goliath, all single-handedly.
Welcome to the Call of Duty Mobile 2022 World Championship. Over the last year, best teams in the world have played through 4 stages to narrow down the best teams in their respective regions. And now the top 16 teams from North America, Europe, Latin America, India, Japan, China, and Southeast Asia are all competing live for the first time ever when they drop in Raleigh, North Carolina. These qualified teams will be divided into 4 groups. You lose twice here, you're out. Only 8 teams will make it out alive. Congratulations to the 8 teams that made it this far. In the next round, each surviving squad is placed into a double elimination bracket, where they will battle for their right to move on to the grand finals. Every team here is playing for all the glory. Oh, and a piece of the $1.7 million prize pool. This is it. Time to clutch up, go home. Whether you're joining us in Raleigh, watching us from home, or in-game, this is your last chance to see the best of the best. You don't want to miss it. This is the Call of Duty Mobile World Championships 2022.
So that's how we got here. That's the format that we're playing at, and it's been great to be back in person in LAN. You see some of the teams there on the stage. Had the opportunity to talk to Stamina a little bit, how they have a mixed roster of experience being on LAN. You got to see the Pinoy boys as well down at the end with Smart Omega. Like, having the teams here in person has been a lot of fun, Beef Mom.
Oh, most definitely. And a lot of these teams don't have the experience of having that first LAN event. So this is going to be the first time. Might have the first time jitters, but I hope that really they're going to get over it very soon, because it's going to be a long 3 days, and this group stage, they need to make it quick.
Yeah, and not everyone can be like Bobby here, who obviously has no jitters of going from phone to the stage. Bobby, if you had to give some advice on to these players and these teams that are going to be on the stage, what would you give to them?
I would just say take it one game at a time. I think especially in an event of this magnitude, you can get in your head and kind of get in your own way. I think the biggest thing for them is focusing on whatever it is that's the task at hand, and I think if they do that, they'll be able to perform at their best.
That's right, one step at a time, and then they can start moving towards that big prize pool of $1.7 million. And let's take a look at the breakdown of how that works thanks to HyperX. Now, this is a massive prize pool at $1.7 million, and notably, that's a lot of money at the top there, Beef.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. If you try to convert that into your own currency, because we already know that all these teams came from different countries, make it peso, make it rupee, euros, pounds, and yen. You already know at home that is a lot of cash. But obviously, looking down at the very bottom, 15,000 USD, all of these teams are actually coming home with a little bit of something, but obviously they want that 700,000 USD.
That's right, either the top team or second or third for some of the regions, and so making sure you come home with something is pretty good. Let's take a look at our 16 teams that qualified in the regions that they represent here. You've got the LATAM teams, the Indian teams, the one Japanese team, and we'll definitely dive into Scars in a little bit, the Garena teams, the Southeast Asian teams, Almighty from Indonesia, Smart Omega from the Philippines, Strut, Stamina, and Nova are European teams, and then NYSL Mayhem, Tribe Gaming, and the newly signed Luminosity from North America. We close it out with Q9 and Wolves. We take a look at all 16 teams here. Bobby, I'll start with you first. Which is the team that is your favorite here?
Obviously, I've spent a lot of time casting the North American region, and there is one team that is dominated both in North America and in the Western Championships last year. That's Tribe Gaming. It's really difficult to not pick them, at least to be a favorite for the top three. You look at the performance that they had last year, I would say across the board upgraded their roster. They're going to be really, really tough to beat. Beef Mommy, what you thinking?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a no situation here. I have to choose their first opponent. Q9, they seem so solid this year because they've had a really good run 2021, but obviously they got sent down pretty early on. But hey, this year it looks like it's going to be a different deal. I'm so excited to see the first matchup. But honestly, for today, it's hard to tell because it's the first time that all of these teams are actually going up against each other in LAN. So I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Right. I'll throw in, because I want to throw one in. Almighty, you saw it there in the lower third there. The team from Indonesia has shown like, hey, they can stick with it, and with some of the Chinese teams as well. All right, let's take a look at the tournament schedule because we've got a whole weekend ahead of us here in Raleigh. Today's action is the group stage. It's lots of matches going on at all times, and we'll be here with you through every single group stage match, a little bit of the quarters of the champs bracket. Then on Saturday, after short break Friday, we've got the champs and elimination brackets where we will whittle down our teams that have won through the group stage to the final two, which we will see on Sunday, where they compete for nice little cash change, but more importantly, the title and the crown. So let's take a look at our group stages now. These are our groups. So our 4 groups of 4, and we have lots of groups that have different storylines throughout here. Bobby, pick one of them for me.
I think Group A is going to be the most exciting overall. I think every single one of those teams matches up decently against one another. And I think, especially with that being our first match of the day, I'm really excited to see the Kings of India go up against NYSL Mayhem. These are both very experienced teams. They've been in Stage 4 every single year that they've participated for the majority of the players on those rosters. So it's going to be a great way to kick off the tournament.
For me, I'm gonna have to go with Group C. We already know it's kind of heavy where we have Tribe Gaming going up first against Q9 Club. You already know these teams are gonna absolutely dominate. But again, there's a lot of interesting storylines here as well because of Scars. They had 100% win rate, did not drop a single map in Stage 4, but they are definitely the question mark in this group. Can they perform as well as they did in their Stage 4 run? And also right below them, Influence Kemin actually was the LATAM representation for that 2020 run, but obviously roster changes and all of that. Let's see if they're as strong as the first year of the COD Champs.
That's right, a little bit of a legacy there through with Influence Kemin, but that's going to be a really fun one we see in our second set of matches of the day. Right off the top, Tribe and Q9, like these are tournament favorites. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Now, speaking of watching, be sure to tune in to the broadcast in-game throughout the week to earn free rewards just by watching. The longer you watch, the better the rewards. What's your favorite reward that you're going to earn this weekend?
You already know, Iskra's gonna be my girl. My favorite color is purple. You can see it on my shirt, you can see it on my hair. So I'm glad to see so many purple colors, not just in the Kilo, but also in the characters that we have as well. How about you, Bobby? Like, you already know you're pretty excited for this.
I mean, I just already know as soon as I get home, first rank lobby I'm in, it's gonna be 10 Iskra skins running around everywhere. So I'm fully prepared for that.
All right, well, the graffiti everywhere. Hopefully they'll be able to splatter some fun within by just simply watching. And there's lots of gameplay for you to see this tournament. We want you to see every single match possible. That's why we'll have 4 streams of gameplay all day long. You'll get to see your favorite team play no matter where they're at. Go to the COD Mobile Esports YouTube page and you can find Bravo, Charlie, and Delta streams with these 3 matches. So make sure that you pop open those extra tabs and you can watch wherever you want. All right, next up, let's dive into the group stages, right? We talked about the group stages as a whole, but let's dive into a specific group, and we'll start with Group B. Now, Bobby, this one is a little bit different than I think some of the other groups because I think as experts, you all have decided this feels a little lopsided with the top and the bottom teams.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a predictable one. Obviously, we're at Stage 5. We're on land.
Yep.
All excuses are off the table right now. So there are 2 teams, Strut and Vitality, that I think coming into this, not a ton of people expect a lot out of. But this is a completely new environment. That mentality on the stage is going to change for a lot of people. And I think if they've got some really mentally tough players that can power through, they might be able to come out on top. But my favorites coming out of this one, definitely going to be Wolves and Inko.
Thoughts on B?
Yeah, definitely Wolves might have an advantage because they've been playing LAN for such a long time, the same as Q9. So they do have quite the advantage when it comes to this setup. But also, negative for that one also is the fact that they've played a different rule set. So that's probably one of the advantages that Strut might actually have. And also the addition of one player that is very strong. That's going to be Afer that might make the biggest difference.
Right. I have to push back a little bit, though. The player base in India and the fandom in India is huge. So Vitality have a huge, I think, weight on their shoulders to make sure that they can live up to how they play, though. So what do you think about Vitality here in this situation?
Well, again, India has been a really mixing pot of really good players that have been really performing. And they had their last matchup after Stage 4 where they actually beat Godlike. And it was really nice to see that Godlike finally had a little bit of competition against this team. So again, they really deserve to be in this spot. And the fact that they have Sams in their team, I feel like it's going to be a definite killer.
Yeah, I feel like Sams is the game changer for them. He has stepped up massively this year. The performances that he's had on a consistent basis, I would say right now he's probably the best player in India. So for me, he's the player to watch for them.
All right, well, we'll see how it stacks up. As Group B, we're going to be keeping an eye on Vitality and Strut to see if they can get some of those upsets, but this one feels pretty locked on in. Now, Group B done and dusted. Let's move on over to Group A. I believe this is the one that you said was the most exciting group in the whole tournament. Why is that?
I think just because nobody really knows what to expect because you have 2 1 seeds, but they're not, at least as far as what I've asked the players about, they're not really considered to be the strongest 1 seeds in the tournament. And then you've got a couple 2 and 3 seeds from regions like North America and Garena that are considered to be a little bit more experienced and have better competition. So there's no way of really knowing. The one thing I will say for Stamina Esports especially, they've got a lot of players that have been in Stage 4 every single year. I think that amount of experience and that leadership is going to pay off big time.
Well, Beef Mommy, when we take a look at this bracket brought to you by Republic of Gamers, do you feel like there's an upset brewing here, or how would you decide it's an upset? Because as Bobby was saying, number ones are like still a little bit weaker region. Maybe we're still figuring that out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these teams really need to find their footing and find that consistency. And so far, I think Stamina does have a little bit of an edge when it comes to that. But they're going up against Omega, and they qualified for 2020. They were able to get a lot of those points, but last year they fell short. This year they started very strong in the first half, in the first 2 quarters of the year. But here at the very end, they absolutely had kind of a disappointing run in CDFI. But knowing Omega, they have a switch. If they're backed up in a corner, they can go and perform.
So then I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. Who is the favorite in this group A? Let's start with you, Beef Mommy.
Well, I'm just going over the fan base here. Omega has a huge fan base in the Philippines. We already know that the viewership there is absolutely huge. So I'm just going here because I'm Filipino as well. So I'm going to go with the boys of Omega.
All right, Bobby.
I think I've got to go with Stamina. I talked about that experience factor, and I think that's going to pay off big time. They've also got a rookie in Gothillia who has been phenomenal. Great OBJ player and does a lot of the dirty work for the team, so may get overlooked in some of the stat lines, but he's definitely a big impact player for them.
Are you telling me the NYSL Bobby didn't pick his NYSL?
I gotta be unbiased, okay?
You said earlier that as the North American viewer,
I can be biased towards North America. That's different. That's different.
All right. Well, none of this would be possible without some of our friends making things happen, and so one of those friends is Republic of Gamers. ROG Phone 6 is equipped with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 CPU that boosts performance and speed to take your mobile gaming experience to a new level. Its unrivaled performance puts it in a class of its own. Thank you so much, ROG. And look at that. Both hand models as well. Beef Mommy showing the love, and Bobby giving a little finger dance there, but thank you very much to the ROG Phone supporting Call of Duty Mobile. Guys, I'm feeling very excited here because we're right on the cusp of the World Championship. It's been such a long road here, and you know, I'm thinking of a team even like Wolves, right? Yes, they're the favorite, but the travel that has been involved, it definitely could take a toll on you.
Oh, most definitely, because I came from a very far off place too. A lot of these teams really traveled long hours to get to this point, and I feel like it's all worth it because we waited 3 years. What is like a few hours of flight by that 3 years that we've been waiting this whole time?
Yeah, I definitely feel like jet lag could play in. I think especially if you look at that Group A Omega, 2 of their players just arrived yesterday. So they haven't gotten quite as much scrim time. Hopefully they got rested up and hopefully they're feeling ready to go. But there's a few players from a couple of different squads that flights got delayed, whatever it is. I think you look at Godlike as well. It took them a while to get their visas, so they were a little bit delayed. Hopefully those guys have been rested up because it is a long day of Call of Duty Mobile ahead.
Yeah, well, we are going to get into it. While we are setting up our alpha match, we're jumping into Group B. It's that top match right there, the #1 seed from this group, or Wolves versus Strut here. This will be on Stream Charlie over at our esports here. Wow, that's not a score that we expected after setting things up. We were saying that Wolves was going to be the #1. Didn't expect too much out of Strut. Strut looking pretty good here.
Oh my goodness, this is what I was telling you guys. Strut, knowing very well that they got a key player on their team, and that's going to be Acer for them. But again, it's going to be really big points. 151 and 69. Wolves seems to be like they're struggling a little bit, but looks like they're gaining a lot of momentum here in P1.
I'm throwing all the predictions out there. Forget anything that I said. This is the #1 seed coming out of China, who I feel like a lot of these players expect to be up at the top. One thing I will say about Wolves, they are a streaky team. So they beat Q9 4-0 in their finals for their stage 4, but then you hop over to CDFI, they pretty much got waxed going up against Q9 in that same matchup. So
yeah, we'll
see if they can pick things up, but definitely off to a slow start going up against the #3 seed from Europe right here.
Slowly but surely, though, Wolves trying to gain a little bit more of an advantage here, but it's going to be a great setup so far coming in from Strut. They have 2 players, and the rest of their team kind of going for the catch-up when it comes to the anchoring point. Gas station, 3 players already occupying that power position that you really want to get a hold of, and now so far looks like a good cleanup coming in from the side of Wolves.
You're right.